Miranda, I just wondered if we could spend a little bit of time working together to come up with a little bit of a plan around some additional supports that might be helpful for you moving forward after this session. Certainly no obligation to follow through with any of that. Although I will just say I do feel a little bit concerned about the symptoms that you described earlier, like the heart palpitations. And, you know, whilst I'm sure it's part of that normal stress response, I would encourage you to get that checked out. And I wondered if you've got a regular GP you could go and see.
Yeah, I do actually. I've been seeing her for a long time. She's great. So I could certainly make an appointment with her. But, you know, I think actually talking to you, you've highlighted that maybe that does need to be a priority that I've kind of shoved aside a bit. So.
And understandably so with everything that's going on. But I mean, I think it would just be good to be, you know, on the safe side and talk to somebody about that if you can.
I think you're right.
Do you think you'd be able to get to see a GP, you know, sort of relatively soonish?
Oh, look, it's really hard with this deadline looming. Although, I don't know, you know, maybe I do need to just make it a priority. I actually do have some leave owing to me, and I'm just wondering if maybe I should be talking to Mel, trying to, you know, take some time off and actually deal with some of the things that are affecting me.
That sounds actually like a great idea if you can, you know, sort of if you've got that leave available and you can take that time. Might just, you know, put in a bit of a circuit breaker for you to be able to get on top of a few things and perhaps lighten the load a little.
Yeah, it's something I actually hadn't thought about. So, but, you know, talking to you really helps kind of see how important looking after myself is, I think.
Okay, all right. So you mentioned talking to Mel about the possibility of taking that leave.
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you think you would approach that conversation?
Look, Mel's fantastic. We have a good relationship. I mean, I think just be honest with her, explain the situation, particularly with Mum, the sleep, the physical symptoms, and I think just really put it out there and just explain to her that I could really use some time off just to reset and hopefully get on top of things and come back.
Some time off to reset. That sounds fantastic. And, you know, I think there might be possibly other things that Mel might be able to suggest as well if you are comfortable having that conversation, you know, some adjustments to your workload perhaps, or I'm not sure what else, but other resources that she's aware of.
No, I think it's time to deal with some of this stuff.
Great, okay. You also mentioned earlier, we were talking about the positive experience that you had with a counsellor.
Yes.
Around about 10 years ago. And I just wondered about you said that you are open to exploring some counselling. So I just wondered about, you know, as part of this plan, getting in contact with an EAP counsellor.
Yes,
you know,
I have seen that on the intranet actually, but I haven't known exactly. Is it a counselling session?
Yeah,
okay.
It is. It's 4 sessions, I believe, at no cost to you, with a counsellor or psychologist, and that's part of the company EAP service. And I think you can have face-to-face sessions or telehealth.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Oh, that sounds like something that I will definitely look into.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
I think the last thing that I was wondering about, just based on our conversation before, was some practical support to help you with your mum and, you know, navigating all of that.
Logistics.
Yes, exactly. So do you know of any supports in your local area that might be able to help you with that?
No, look, I don't, but to be honest, they could be out there. I just haven't had a chance.
Sure, yeah.
In the overwhelm,
of course,
for it to be a priority.
Yeah, no, understandably. Yeah. I'm actually thinking I could potentially do a little bit of research
could you?
on your behalf. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
That
and
would just be incredible.
Yeah,
Thank
what's
you.
around the area, and email you anything that I can find that relates to assistance for carers, or specific to carers of people with Alzheimer's.
I'd be very grateful.
Yeah,
Thank
no problem,
you.
no problem.
Yeah.
And I'll just send that through on email. You're okay with me to send that through on your work email?
Yes, yeah, sure.
Beautiful.
Thank
All
you.
right, well, I can do that for you. I
Thank
will,
you.
might take me a couple of days.
No, that's okay.
I'll send it to you by
Thank
Friday.
you.
I'm sorry I'm not across all of that either, but I will certainly try and find that out for you.
Yeah, I feel relief just knowing that somebody's going to do that, so thank you.
Okay, great. All right.